Good evening and welcome to the Strawberry Patch. I found a special lady that's wandering around in Wesleyan. I think this might be President Pamela Bosch.
That is correct.
And she is very generously allowing us to use a lot of Wesleyan facilities. We couldn't do this festival without Wesleyan.
Well,
I say that often.
We love it. We love it. It's a great town and gown.
So you've been at Wesleyan how long now?
I finished 6 years, starting 7 in July.
That's wonderful, and you've been very cooperative with us, and we really appreciate it. Anything special that you really, really like about the festival?
Oh, the people are, I mean, it's amazing how many people come through here and just, they brag and brag about the warmth. I had a lady this morning said how friendly everyone is.
That's one thing that we hear quite often.
Very special.
And we'll see you in the Grand Feature Parade tomorrow.
Correct.
So thank you for stopping by with us for just a moment. I know you're busy.
You're very welcome.
I did run into your husband this morning.
I'm sure.
And he was getting coffee, and I asked him if he was going to ride with you. So I think he might be.
He may be there too.
You might suggest he has a sun hat because he said he was afraid he'd get sunburned. So we'll see you tomorrow then. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
We're at the quilt show, and I'll tell you what, we have some gorgeous quilts. I'm going to get a pair of gloves because I like to touch these quilts, so just bear with me. Thank you. You painted that. That was cool, right? Do you think I look good with strawberry? We put the gloves on because when you're touching the quilts, it's a very easy thing to do is to get the oil from your hands on these gorgeous quilts. So I'm going to get another one. Okay, how about and we're going to look at these quilts front and back and show you. Dennis, I'm going to train places with you. This is the judge's choice, first choice. This is a long arm machine quilted quilt, and it's by Patsy Burgess. It's quilted by the Back Porch Quilters. And it's a beautiful quilt. And again, you look at the back, it looks as pretty as the front. Let's go around to the next one. We have several here. This is another first place. This is a long arm machine quilt. State of Grace is the name of this, by Betty Puffenbarger. She's often had some winning quilts here in this show. Over here, we have second place. This is a Raspberry Ripple by Betty Inns, and this is the Stitching House who quilted this one. So look at the back, isn't that gorgeous? You can see good quilting when you look at the backs of the quilt. A lot of these are long arm. Now these are not handmade, they're made, well, when I say handmade, they're made on a big machine, but it's the new thing. It's called the long arm machine quilt, and it's a machine that does some beautiful quilting. Of course, you still have to do your piecework and everything. This is third place, New York Beauty by Bonnie Riffle. Bonnie is another one that's had a lot of wonderful quilts. I think you're going to have to get on the other side of me there, Dennis.
I'm doing it.
This is the BUHS 2012. Grace Harris did this. It's another long arm quilt. Isn't that pretty? And it has the the Buccaneer in it.
The Buccaneer, yeah.
This one is called Hidden Star. Do you find the stars in that, Dennis? Virginia Cirillo did this one. Very, very pretty. This is a Cancer quilt by June Daughtery, and this is the President's Choice. So the president of the West Virginia Strawberry Festival has looked at this, and that is her choice this year for the winner. And when you come to the quilt show, you get to put your name in, well, not your name, but you vote for the person that you think has the nicest quilt, and they do a People's Choice. This is called Trip Around the World by Kay Wilson, and the Back Porch Quilters did it. This is a pretty star quilt. This is called Stack and Whack. This is by Cindy Phillips. This is neat. This is a pretty quilt. This is called Bear Up, and this is a quilt if you want to look at bears and you want them close to you, you've got them right there on this quilt.
Someone's getting close to it.
And over here is the Queen's Choice. This is called Mixed Techniques. It's called the Flower Garden. Now
That's
that
pretty.
one is absolutely gorgeous. And if you look at all this intricate work, you have to cut these and you have to do all kinds of special things. Look at all these little pieces that you have. This is also a first place winner in the Mixed Techniques. And again, I want to show the back because this is just gorgeous on the back. Isn't that pretty quilting?
In the back too, yes.
Oh, I like this one. This is a third place winner called Kite. And you look, this is a hard one to do. Look how many pieces
Wow.
it takes to put that in there.
Look at that.
And then that's all hand embroidered on there. This one is done by Nellie Price. She made it, and Helen Harder is the person who quilted it.
Third place.
Then over here we have, these are miniature wall hangings. Look at the deer, isn't that pretty? This is called Fall in West Virginia by Camilla Hornbeck. This one is the Non-Patch Heart by Kay Wilson. And up at the top is American Wave. And American Wave got second place.
Dorothy Rice.
Dorothy Rice did it. And then on this side we have the first place winner is Berry Plan, Practice, and Evaluate. Margaret Mitchell did this. It's first place winner.
Isn't that beautiful?
Here's a watering can, and this is done by Betty Bond. And these are really neat. They make them special and attach them.
That is number 14.
We have more wall hangings here. The top one is Hearts and Flowers, and that one was done by Barbara Lane.
Oh yeah.
She does a lot of work here. Medallion, it is a second place. Margaret Neely, isn't that pretty, Dennis?
Yes.
It's pinned, I can't show the back side. Square Agnals,
Callan.
this is Kay Wilson, she got third place. This is the Golden Cross by Joyce Zirkle. You see the cross here.
Uh-huh.
And then this one is Hands to Work and Hearts to God. This one is by Joyce Zirkle. Isn't that pretty? And now over here we have some things for the little ones. This is the baby or child's quilt. Churn Dash Baby Quilt and Pillow by Christine Helmy. That has a lot of intricate work in it.
There's a separate pillow there.
And it has a pillow to go with it. And then this is Noah's Ark by Barbara Lane. She won first place. The first one was a second place winner. Barbara Lane did the Noah's Ark, and it is a first place winner. That'd be nice in a baby's crib, wouldn't
You
it?
sure would.
Let's see what's on the other side.
And then on the back.
Baby quilt. This is Praying Hands Baby Quilt by Juanita Morgan. Third place. Boy, this is a nice bright quilt. It's called Pulsar by Betty Bond. I like this. And here's a large wall hanging. This is Cross Ties Throw by Mary Alice Poling. That's a pretty quilt. Here we have the Square Agnals. This evidently, it's a class, so maybe a class worked on this. It's made by Barbara Lane, quilted by Barbara Lane, second place winner. This is a very, very popular quilt. And this is an antique quilt, 35 years and older. It's a double wedding ring. And if you see the rings here, they all intertwine. Many of these were made by our grandparents, probably. This one was done, made by the women of the community. Eloise Tenney has this. And again, on the back, you can look at the beautiful quilting that's done. So these, more than likely, have been done by hand. And this one is 35 years or older. This is the modified 9-patch by Icy Reese. Very nice. This is colorful. And this is another one that was popular years ago, which is called the 9-patch. And a lot of the folks would start out their quilting because it's easier to make the squares sometimes than some of the other things. Icy Reese did this and quilted it. And it's another antique quilt, 35 years or older. This is called the Cathedral Window. All these patterns on these older quilts that are 35 years and older, they're not judged, but they're on display. Cathedral Window, and this is Grandma Dorothy Weiss. Very, very nice. And this is Glory Star. Look at all the stars. Now again, look at all of these intricate piecework to make the perfect star. Don't know the history, but it was bought at an auction. Gloria Riley owns this. She must have fell in love with it at an auction and purchased it.
I've just noticed something on this quilt. This star has the 2 points going up, and the next one has 1. And
If you
then
notice,
2 and
they're all-
then 1.
they're-
They're
yeah.
alternating.
They are, and they're
alternating.
just gorgeous.
Yes. That took a lot of thought in that.
Now these are quilt tops. They are not finished on the back yet, but they're put together. This is called Rainbow Sherbet, and Mickle did this and she won first place. Now here is the quilt for you, Dennis.
Shirts.
Shirts. It's called a shirt quilt. I think that's a good name. And Texie Thorne did this. It's
Texie
quilted
Thorne?
Texie
Okay, I know her.
And she won first place. Isn't this? Now this took a lot of work.
It did.
Yeah. I think that is just beautiful.
And they even put buttons on the shirts.
Buttons on the shirts, yes. This one is Maryberry, and it's third place winner. Rebecca Wilson did this. This is a large wall hanging.
Now let me. Did you take Marge Mitchell's the orange and black one? Did you take a picture of that? Margie Mitchell's orange and black little quilt.
We videotaped
Yes,
it already.
We've done the whole side.
You know she did that for the Learning Center at Wesleyan.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
This is called Northern Cardinals by Betty Kaufenbarger, and this is a large wall hanging. She won first place with this.
Didn't we see some of her work in the Arts and Crafts show?
Yes, yes.
Yes. I thought I recognized her name.
This one is called Posies by Patsy Burgess, and she won second place for this wall hanging. Oh, this is pretty, Dennis. Visions of West Virginia. This is West Virginia Scenes. This is an amateur quilt by Linda Smith. I think that's beautiful. I would be perfectly happy to have something like this on my bed.
Sure.
You've got cardinals, you've got the mail pouch window
Barn.
here. You've got all the different
Capitol.
scenes. Here's our minor,
Yes.
log cabin, our deer. It's beautiful. This is another amateur quilt.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
This one is called Valiant Eagle by Camilla Hornbeck. It's a twin size. Most of them will be marked not for sale, but once in a while you'll find one that you can purchase. This
Yes.
is a second place winner, and it's the Valiant Eagle. I'm talking fast so that we can get through all of these. I don't want to miss anybody. A little of this and a little of that.
It is a little of this and a little
by
of that.
Betty Bond.
But you've got to.
And look at all the work. She's got stars and she's got all kinds of really neat things in there. This one's called Bear's Paws, and I think that's a really interesting name for this. Helen Harder did this one. And again, we're going to look at the back. We do this from time to time just to show you how nice they're quilted. This one is a machine pieced and a hand quilted. So she does put them together on a machine, but she does the quilting, and that shows her work.
Okay.
Now this one is the Teen Queen's Choice. This is called Keyboard Kaleidoscope by Betty Coughlin. And this is another one that's machine pieced and hand quilted. So she's put it together on a machine, but then she's done the quilting on the back, and that's really very pretty. And this one is on the other side, Dennis.
This is the back. It looks pretty on that
Isn't
side.
that gorgeous? This is another one of the double wedding rings by Juanita Morgan. Hand pieced and hand quilted, and Dennis just showed you the back. She's a second place winner. And look at this work. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes.
That's how you can tell somebody does a good job. This is really very pretty. First place winner over here is called the Honeybee, and it's Margaret Mitchell's. She hand quilted this. It was machine pieced. She won first place for this. And again, on the back, you can see the quilting that she's done by hand.
I see why it's called Honeybee.
Uh-huh.
Right here and here are two honeybees. Yeah, quilted right into it.
This one is called the Antique Rose, and I tell you, that is just exquisite. Imelda Osborne did this. She won first place. This is hand applique. That's a lot of work. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes, it is.
Look at the quilting. And again, you can see these two quilts. You can just quickly show. Look at the quilting, and look at this one. This one I think has got to be fall leaves. Let's look and see. It is. This is called Falling Leaves. It's hand pieced and hand quilted, and it's done by Dorothy Rice. She won first place. This is gorgeous.
Yes.
These are beautiful quilts here. This one is another machine piece and hand quilted called Casablanca by Mary Lee Williver. Mary Lee Williver is a winner all over the state. She's got beautiful, beautiful quilts everywhere. She's the second place winner in this one. And again, here's her hand quilting. Look at that on the back. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes.
And then, this one is called Appliqued Red Rose by Juanita Morgan. It's a hand applique, and this is all put on there, special work. And Potapee by Dorothy Rice, and this is a medium-sized wall hanging, and it is the best of show. She has gotten the best of show. We have a few things here on the table we want to look at. This is the Dresden plate. A lot of our grandparents used to do the Dresden quilts, and that's what it was. The pattern was called the Dresden plate.
Okay.
This is a second place winner by Suzanne Myers. It's very pretty. And it's a quilt top. When you say quilt top, she's made it, but you have to put all this filling in a quilt and a back on it and put it all together to have a finished quilt.
Okay.
So it's a quilt top. This one is Christmas card holder, and Dorothy Rice did this, and this is a place to put your Christmas cards and you hang them up in your house. These are different objects that folks have done, miscellaneous category. First place she got. Second place purse by Barbara Lane, and look at that, she's got all kinds of pockets and everything that you can use. And here's a strawberry purse by Nancy Simons, and she won first place. I like that purse. That is really neat.
We're done.
Well, folks, we've been through the quilt exhibit, and what a nice job. This is put together by the CEO clubs here in Upshur County, as well as the Quilters at Heart Guild. And this is a highlight for me because I had a grandmother who just loved to quilt. And I did a little quilting when I was a child, and I'd like to do it again, but I'm not sure I would be very good at it. I'd have to do it all hand piece because I don't have a machine. But you can see the talent it takes to put together these beautiful pieces that can go down from generations to generation. So we really hope you enjoyed our trip through the quilt show and our arts and crafts, and we hope you're having a good time at the West Virginia Strawberry Festival. We thank you for coming and looking at all these different things with us, and we hope you have a nice evening, and we'll see you next time.